Hey, welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be shared from Team Machobuck. Please share and like his video.
I sat by idle time and time again as you post your bullshit lies on your Facebook and Pedigree's online account over and over again. I fear what has happened is that since it's been uncontested, the general brainless public has taken what you say as truth. Nothing can be further from the truth. I am going to address 4 topics that include your history of ripping people off, your blatant lies, your rat past, and your bullshit track record. Your history of dishonesty and lack of moral code comes from your adolescence. It stems from the first job working in the electronics shop in New York City, across from the Lowe's Hotel. You were a bait-and-switch specialist who sold a 200 piece of equipment for $2,000 to unsuspecting tourists that you were sure you would never see again. You received death threats from clients, a cauldron of complaint letters, but that mattered none. The important thing is that you made your commission ripping people off by lying and cheating every day. That was your first job, and what it did was establish an immoral and unethical life system that you still carry with you today. When you came to Houston with your ass in your hand broken starving from New York City, my brother and I helped you stake your bullshit dogs up until 6 in the morning. We gave you a job at the furniture store. My grandmother cooked you food. You sat at our table, you ungrateful prick. However, let's not digress. We are talking about your lack of moral code. Your tenure at the furniture store was short-lived. You received countless complaints for guess what? Yes, ripping people off. The furniture protection plan was 10% of the furniture price. You gouged your customers 15 and 20%. You did the same thing with the fabric guard, charging poor Latino customers double the amount because they trusted you. At the end, not one person out of the 200 people there wanted to work with you, so you quit. You quit to work for guess who? Request Mortgage. This was the perfect job for you. You did so very well at it because that is who you are, a rip-off artist, deceptive, fraud, liar, unethical to the bone. It's what you learned as an adolescent. It's what you've made a career of.
That's where you got the watch from. You got that Rolex from that place.
Too bad for
Ripping
that.
people off.
Moving forward, a brief history in time for those that are unaware. Your bitch Cheyenne, mother of the 13-minute champion Awesome Cur, was a cur herself. You picked her up in 6 minutes at BB's when Downtown was butchering your ass as he always did.
Listen.
Downtown owns you. You never beat him. You
Never
will. Next, you had Grand Champion Machobuck's litter-mate brother who was an excellent show dog. You started talking shit that he was the best in the litter. He was not, but he was really good. However, you Mr. Genius Dog Man decided that another 3 cc's of EPO would be better to give a dog that already had a 51 HCT count. It was stupid. Here's a fact, Mr. Genius. Too many RBCs clog up the brook hood. They make it like molasses. It leads to a stroke. You messed up your dog because you're an idiot with second-grade education.
Exactly.
At the color of the vitamins because you struggle reading. Anyhow, the dog stopped, and we made champion. And that was the start of your resentment. To compound matters, you started talking shit about champion Awesome Curry and Machobuck. And we told you, go get the grand champion title and we'll do it.
Go get it first.
Guess what? You got your ass handed to you in 13 minutes as you always do when you go into your dog and not taco stand only. To make matters worse, the dog that beat champion Awesome Suck in 13 minutes got beat by a son of Machobuck's littermate sister and Barracuda.
Machobuck's sister.
Your resentment grew. To this day, you lost, we won. You still lose sleep over it. Second, the story of you curing Machobuck's sterility.
Curing Machobuck's sterility.
Listen, here's an ignorant prick. There is no cure for sterility, period. Victor Akert was feeding Machobuck corn and had him in the basement with no sunlight so his semen count was low. You took him for 3 weeks, gave him some Berendo, and fed him good food. That's a cure.
That's a genius.
You should sell that formula to every vet in the world. You'll make millions of dollars. It's stupid. Another lie. Another deception. Another fraud.
Another fraud.
What you did do is draw his semen, and after you drew it, you came to Downtown and asked if you could get his permission to register dogs. You lying prick. Newsflash. A piece of paper giving you permission to register a dog doesn't prove you found a cure to sterility for dogs. It just shows how stupid you are. Moving on. You go on telling people that we are rats? Screw you. It's time for the world to know the truth. The only rat time and time again.
Listen.
Here is the proof. An article from the newspaper. You're the Texas guy that is mentioned.
Suspect's business was used as arena. Kissimmee, the owner of a body shop where police say up to 200 spectators watched dogs fight, was arrested Tuesday. Henry Morris, 27, was charged with fighting invading animals, a third-degree felony. Deputy sheriffs served a warrant after the state attorney's office decided to prosecute. Deputies confiscated 8 dogs during a search of Morris's business, DreamWorks Restoration, at 10 p.m. on June 12. Morris allowed deputies, who were acting on an anonymous tip, to search his business at 2717 Old Dixie Highway. They found aluminum bleachers, portable kennels, 12-inch plastic sticks commonly used to provoke dogs, and a makeshift ring consisting of a piece of blood-stained carpet, according to court documents. Morris, who was released on $10,000 bail Tuesday, would not comment. He has an arrest record that includes drug, burglary, and battery charges. He was convicted in 1997 of cocaine possession and previously of resisting arrest and fleeing and eluding, court records show. 7 of the 8 dogs deputies found this month remain at the county animal control shelter. The 8th was released the day after the raid after the owner from Texas paid a fine.
Texas.
The county hasn't
Chico.
decided what to do with the rest of the dogs, spokeswoman Twiz Hoang said. At the time of the search, one dog owner from South Florida said he and the others were merely showing their pets. The owners came from as far away as Texas. No
Chico.
one else has been charged. Assistant State Attorney Hal Epperson was not available Tuesday for comment on whether additional charges are being considered.
In this show that got raided, the cops didn't check a van that had 3 dogs. And what did you do? You told, hey cops, if you're going to take my dog, you're going to take all of them. And you told the cops that there was 3 more dogs in that van. They were confiscated and destroyed. At that point, the Latin boys beat the shit out of you and you had CML beg them to stop beating your rat ass. You then signed an affidavit that the other guys that were there were fighting dogs.
Affidavit.
Because of that signed affidavit, you got your dog out. That affidavit was used in discovery against Henry Morris.
Affidavit discovered.
His attorney in Kissimmee was Robert Nesmith. Need more eyewitnesses.
Listen.
Call Albert with Latin boy kennels. They still had dogs. You guys look it up if you need to. You have been exposed, you lying, cheating rat prick. Furthermore, when Downtown got out, you threatened to forward an email to his parole officer where Downtown threatened you because your stealing ass didn't want to give Downtown back champion bisexual and the rest of his dogs.
Greedy,
Again,
man.
you ratted before.
Rat.
You continued by threatening to do the same.
Spineless.
Furthermore, you threatened to call my boss at the bank and tell her that I am involved with these dogs. Again, you're a piece of shit. Call her. I do nothing illegal. I'm clean. Back your lying and cheating. You wrote some big article in Rudy's Scratchback magazine about Grand Champion Hannah in Tennessee where Hannah showed dead game a win. You wrote about some beautiful black dog that went against Hannah. Again, lying and deception. You weren't even there. The bitch's name was Blondie. She was a yellow-red nose.
Yellow, not black.
Look at that story you wrote in Scratchback magazine. A black dog? Really? The sad thing is that you start to believe your own bullshit. The fact that you would make up a story to people that you were at a classic show when you weren't even there is a window as to just how much of an insecure bitch you are.
Yes, you are,
but that's
man.
The next topic. You
Chico.
got disqualified in Mexico and you cried like a bitch and they made it a draw. The next day, it was a win. The next day, best in show. Get the fuck out of here. Let me ask you this. Who got the pot? Your opponent. Another lie.
Who got the
Another
pot?
fraud.
The opponent.
More deception. Champion Copper Day. Complete bullshit. You handled that bitch without a turn being called, which should have earned you another disqualification. But the ref didn't want to hear your shit from your cheating move, and called it a draw. Would Copper Day have won? Probably. She was ahead as usual against a greenhorn opponent.
Greenhorns, that's what he does.
No. It was a draw. Next day win. Day after that best and show another lie.
Money
Another
talks,
fraud.
man.
Another deception. Did you get the pot? No.
No pot.
To all who don't believe it, call Twin City Kennels in the Virgin Islands for verification. Chico, back in the day you got disqualified for using a sharpened metal tooth against Captain America with your Bruno Boy dog. Again. Cheating prick.
I thought it was
The list is
SDP,
long.
but okay.
You are a fraud. It is who you are. You've ripped people off all over the world, and you carry yourself with this arrogant attitude, always insulting, always belittling people. You do this to make yourself feel better because when you look at the mirror, you see fraud. You know you are lying. You see the shape. You can fool others, but you can't fool yourself, and that's why you're an asshole. You're an insecure bitch. If you were a woman, you would be a street prostitute.
Exactly.
For protection. You're so worried about what people think of
Look.
you. Let me clue your ignorant ass in. Self-worth comes from within. A confident, secure man doesn't value himself by what others think of him. He knows it when he looks in the mirror.
Weak, man,
And
weak.
That's why you insult people. That's why you belittle people. That's why
Yes.
you talk down to people. Because you know you are worthless shit. And you do that to try to make yourself feel better about the fraud that you really are. Downtown owns you. As long as you're using Machobuck dogs, I own you. Anytime you go into a seasoned dog match, they own you. Good luck beating greenhorns, it's your only chance.
That's what I've been saying.
One last thing. Money doesn't buy class. It shows some people have bad tastes. That's all.
That's
You've
all.
always been a prick. Now you're just a fucktard with money. Call my job, you rat. Do what you gotta do. It's worth getting fired to expose your rat ass. Lastly, fuck you.
All credit to Team Machobuck. Please go and like his video and continue to and share the video. This is Tony Montana. Until next time.